Games, Brrraains A Head-Banging Life here with another episode of They Made What Into a Movie. Episode 1 was one of the best video game adaptions ever, Mortal Kombat. We will not talk about episode 2 because it was the House of the Dead and that movie fucking sucked. But we are now about to also touch upon a sucky one. But it is the sequel to one of the best video game movie adaptions. It is Mortal Kombat Annihilation, released in 1997, directed by John Leonotti and starring Robin Shaw, Sandra Hess, and James Remar. Mortal Kombat Annihilation is loosely based off the 1995 video game Mortal Kombat 3, while featuring the character roster of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, which makes a lot of fucking sense when you watch this film and see how many characters are jammed in here. Oh.
Yep.
So, right. I don't hate this movie. I think that's very important. I don't hate it. It has good moments. It has characters I like. Some that I think are even better than the original's characters. And we'll get to why. But this movie blows, man. This movie fucking sucks.
Yeah, I mean, you could have said it better. I mean, I don't hate it. It's got good points. It's got bad points. It's got great characters. And it's got some really shocking characters.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing about this is how disappointing it is as a sequel. Because here's the thing. It does the whole sequel thing. Bigger, bolder, and badder. Your sequel should always try to top what the original did. And this tries that. But it does it so wrong. It's like it was desperate. It's like it. And here's the thing. There was supposed to be a third movie. Robin Shaw, who played Liu Kang, had signed a contract for a third film originally. But because of the fuck up that this movie, it never happened.
What a shame.
Which is crazy then. Why jam so much in this movie? And the way the original Mortal Kombat movie ended with the giant Shao Kahn, you weak, pathetic fools, I've come for your soul. That created such anticipation. Oh, Shao Kahn, the big bad. And I can't tell you, if there's one character that sucks the most in this movie, it is Shao fucking Kahn. To turn what that anticipation was into this pissy little daddy's boy is the biggest crime for me. The biggest crime. But of course, we're about to talk it through. Now, it starts off brilliantly. Of course it does. Mortal Kombat! Dun, dun, dun. And straight away you're like, yeah! And I mean, I love the Mortal Kombat intros. They're bang. They're so fucking good. And this has it. You know?
Definitely.
And then the movie goes wrong almost immediately by doing a fucking recap of the first film. Who went, I want to watch that Mortal Kombat Annihilation movie and hadn't seen the first film? Who was like, oh man, I really need to know what happened in that first one because I've decided to put this video game adaptation sequel on without having seen the first. No one was watching this who didn't know the first fucking film. Why are you recapping the events? Also, the recap makes it look shit. Liu Kang fought the forces of Outworld and defeated the Sorcerer Shang Tsung. It was a little more than that, don't you think?
Exactly.
And then it follows it up by changing the ending of the first film straight away. Which I was just like, the fuck are you? Really, guys? Really? As we don't get no giant Shao Kahn this time. Nope, no giant Shao Kahn. Instead, we just get Outworld minions falling from the sky. And you know what it reminded me of? And once you hear it, once you know it, you can't stop seeing it. They fall and jump around like the Putty Patrol from Power Rangers. Jumping around. No, like, it's that. It's that. They're the Putty Patrol from Power Rangers.
True, yeah.
We then get a big old character reintroduction as we are reacquainted with Talia Soto, who reprises her role as Katana, and Liu Kang, once again played by the wonderful Robin Shaw, who is one of the best things in this movie, of course.
Yeah, definitely.
However, why is he wearing a different top? Why is he wearing a different top? You can't even get the continuity right. At the end of the first film, throughout the movie, he's wearing a short, white, dirty white tank top. In this, he's wearing like it's got a fold over and it opens at the front.
Yep.
Could you not find a tank top? Could you not buy a new one?
I know.
Why? Or did you just not care? And I know it's such a small thing to get stuck on, but when it's so early on, it makes you go, oh, you don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just, that's not good. Then we have the new Sonia Blade, played by Sandra Hess, who I actually don't mind in this movie. I think she's better than the original. I do. And the new Johnny Cage, played by Chris Conrad, who gets one line before being killed, and he delivers it in such a deadpan way. I was like, that's why they killed you. You were supposed to have a bigger role, and they heard you act and went, nah, mate, you're gone. It's just that this is not good. And I'm like, oh my God. And the thing is, he looks kind of like Johnny Cage. He looks alright. Yeah. So he probably could have been okay. Then we get the reveal of the new God of Thunder, Raiden, played by James Remar, who generally does a great job, but is given the impossible task of following up Lambert.
It's impossible.
Impossible. He was going to lose it straight away because James Remar is a good actor, been in many good movies, and he does really well. In fact, I like his holier than thou Raiden more than sarcastic Raiden. It's more believable. But Lambert did such an iconic version that Remar's in trouble from the start, unfortunately.
Definitely.
Then we have our villain lineup. We have Darren McBee as Motaro, Margene Holden as Shiva, Brian Thompson as Shao Kahn, Musetta Vanda as Sindel, and if you weren't already thinking, Jesus, that's a lot of characters, they also throw in Tyron Wiggins as Rain and John Medlin as Ermac, because those were characters when I watched Mortal Kombat, I was like, you know what? I really hope they put Ermac in.
Exactly.
I really hope he's in this movie. Fuck's sake. Shere Khan shouts a lot, and it's basically 6 days to destroy it. It's the biblical thing. The earth was created in 6 days, so it shall be destroyed. And the 7th day, humanity will rest in peace. Actually, I think I just did exactly the exact correct line. I didn't even write that down. Yeah,
that was
that's fine. So Liu Kang starts asking the obvious questions, which we're all asking. Wait, why is the point of the tournament? So winning Mortal Kombat closes the portals to Outworld. But Raiden just goes, well, what can be closed can be opened again. What the fuck is the point of the tournament?
Exactly.
I know it's all about cheating and all that, but later on we find that no one really cares about anyone cheating. What is the point of the tournament? Liu Kang is absolutely right to look offended. Because it's like, I busted my ass, had a wicked fight with Shang Tsung, a banging fight. We created this great... Yeah, my brother fucking died.
No.
So many people died for this, and it turns out you could just break the rules. And then we find out how the rules got broken with the introduction of Sindel and the #1 worst line delivery in this entire
I know, it's terrible.
It's so bad that I think many people, after she says it, would have just gone, you know, nah, and turned it off. I'm going to do it. Katana goes, Mother, you're alive. And Sindel goes, too bad, you will die. And I've seen this movie before, and even my finger hovered over the start button, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I don't need to rewatch it, and I can just blag it with notes. Obviously, I didn't, but it's so fucking bad, and it's really strange because later she's kind of okay, Sindel.
Yeah.
You're alive. Too bad, you will die.
Yeah. So then we get the first fight. The first of a bazillion fights. Bazillion fights that last 20 seconds. As Khan and Raiden punch each other a little bit, it fucking blows. But it does result in Johnny Cage's sad attempt at saving Sonya. So Khan gets Sonya in a kind of chokehold to stop Raiden killing him. Raiden says, let her go. Johnny Cage tries to save her, but everybody can see it coming because he builds it up. And it's like, well, that ain't going to work. Shere Khan knocks him out of the sky, out of the air, like he's a fly. He then grabs Johnny Cage instead and sort of has him like he's going to break his neck. Raiden says, let Johnny Cage go or I'll kill your generals. And he does like a magic thing. And it's like, if it's that easy, just fucking do it.
I'll do it, exactly, yeah.
Raiden is the worst in this movie for not doing the whole weighing up of people's lives. I know he wants to save everybody, but Johnny Cage or the entire world.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, Nut Puncher Cage. Gotta go. And I'm sure Cage would agree with me. I'm sure he would. He's an honorable dude.
I'm sure he would, yeah.
So, but then they agree that Raiden will take Johnny Cage's place. So Raiden stops his magic thing, and Shere Khan then snaps Johnny Cage's neck and kills Johnny Cage. For some reason, Raiden doesn't bother to then kill the generals. I don't know why. Sonia screams, no! Which is fine because they did have a kind of lovely relationship in the first movie. So I'll give them that.
They did, but then I would love to know what possessed him to think that if he wasn't good enough to defeat Shang Tsung, what possessed him to think that? Oh, hang on, I'll go beat his boss, fight his boss. Surely Luke Cage went, hang on, Johnny, let me do it.
It's funny as well because character development wise, it doesn't even work with Johnny Cage's overconfidence thing because by the end of the first film, he had kind of found himself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it doesn't really work. But I will give him this. It is a shock, right? It is shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a shock death. You're like, oh shit, they killed off Johnny Cage. And initially it's kind of exciting. You're like, oh shit, anything goes, man. They killed Johnny Cage. That means we could kill everybody. And you start getting like flashbacks to Mortal Kombat Conquest's batshit ending, you know?
Yeah.
So the heroes then run away as the putty patrols sort of jump around behind them, doing flips and leaps and jumps. That's all they fucking do.
Yeah.
They then end up with some caves where they start filling in some plot holes. Cinderella's the key to all of this, according to Raiden. How he knows that, I don't know. As she's Katana's mother and has been resurrected to keep the portals open. I don't know how this works. They never explain it. All they say is Cinderella's the key. It doesn't make any sense, apparently. And the plan now is to reunite Katana and Sindel to put Sindel's troubled soul at peace. Fine. We need something, and we've got it. I'll go with it. Everyone in the caves wants to fight Shere Khan. Liu Kang's like, I'll fight Shere Khan. Sonya's like, if anyone's going to kill Shere Khan, it'll be me. But guess what, Damon? We've gone back to the first movie. No one is ready. No one is ready. Yep. No one is ready. You have to be ready. We've done all this before. We're doing it again. We then find these handy hamster balls that allow them to travel really fast around Earth. Which, yeah, okay, sure, they're a thing. Why not? Sonya goes to get Jax, Liu Kang and Katana to go talk to Nightwolf, because Liu Kang has to go to talk to Nightwolf to be ready to fight Shere Khan, blah, 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 blah. Yep. And Raiden goes off to talk to the Elder Gods. I like the effects of the balls moving quite fast. I think it looks quite cool. And there's also a chance for Liu Kang and Katana to get all sexy with each other again, you know?
I'd like to question one thing, though, okay? How does Sonya know where Jax is? The last you saw him was you running off and you getting on a boat. You've not seen him now, and potentially for, I don't know, a year, possibly. I don't know how long they're on the island for the tournaments.
I got the answer for you. Raiden takes her.
Oh yeah, oh shit, he doesn't. Oh, yeah,
he does.
Yeah.
He leaves her when they get to where Jax is. So Raiden knows. Yeah, you are right. You are right. The question, but it's Raiden because it's important plot to point out. I said Raiden goes to the Elder Gods, but he actually goes with Sonya first. And they split up then. Yeah. We then get Outworld. And for some reason, we've decided it should be CGI. And it looks horrendous. It looks so fucking bad. I was like, oh no. And here's the thing. It's not the worst CG of this movie. That comes at the end. We then go inside the throne room, which I think looks better. It looks kind of cool. Mm-hmm. But this is where we then get one of the more frustrating things, which is Shere Khan refusing to wear his mask. It reminds me of watching Sylvester Stallone's Judge Dredd. Dredd without a mask is not Dredd. It's just Sylvester Stallone. Mm-hmm. Shere Khan without a mask is not Shere Khan. It's just Brrraains Thompson. I like Brrraains Thompson. I've seen him in a lot of... Yeah. He's good. But he does a poor job here. But I don't blame him. It's the character direction of Shao Kahn that's the problem. But
Yeah,
leave the mask on, please, man.
Father, the merger has begun. Earth is under attack.
We're then introduced to another character, Rena Shrone, as Shinnok, who is Khan's father, resulting in the horrible realization that Khan has daddy issues and that all he really wants to do is impress his daddy, and his daddy isn't impressed. And if that don't make you go, oh man, nothing. Honestly, every time Khan and Shinnok are on screen, in my eyes have a fucking flashing light over Khan going saying, "Love me, daddy, love me."
I honestly don't know why they even put that bit in. They could have easily cut the entire bit out, and then it would have made a bit more sense.
Just have Shao Kahn break the rules. We don't need Shinnok. We don't need Shinnok. We don't need daddy stuff. This is the big bad boss of Mortal Kombat, the final battle, the hard one, and he was fucking relegated to "Love me, daddy." Oh my Christ. Back to Katana and Liu, where they start to get it on before they're interrupted by Smoke. Because once again, we have another character. Smoke is played by Ridley Susu, and this is one of the best fights of the film. I actually really like as well. I like the cyborg look. And we even kind of get a double fight where Liu Kang is fighting Smoke, and Katana's fighting some minions. Her fans make an appearance too. However, the fans look cheap as hell. And they're not sharp. There's no blood. Of course there's no blood. I think this might have been a 12. I think it was a 12. Maybe a 15 at most.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, I like this fight. And it ends when Sub-Zero comes... You notice he flies in? Like he's like... gliding. It's weird. He freezes Smoke, and Smoke goes out like a chump. Good guy Sub-Zero, played by Keith Cook, turns out to be the original Sub-Zero's brother. And he didn't help Liu Kang because he doesn't like Liu Kang, rightfully so. But he helps because Katana is the key to stopping Khan. Now, we're about to enter a really confusing plot device. He mentions a legend. And it's like, what? A legend? So this series of events is recorded somewhere. And no one thought to kind of keep an eye on this legend.
Exactly.
So the legend is one day Liu Kang will beat Shang Tsung. Shao Kahn will break Mortal Kombat rules by resurrecting Sindel. What the fuck? What?
Yeah. They think that maybe Raiden might have gone to the wall and go, oh, hang on, he's going to break the rules here. So I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to give Liu Kang a machine gun and go and shoot them all.
Or just keep an eye on it. Just every so often be like, what's Shao Kahn doing now because the legend says he's going to do this? It doesn't make any sense.
No.
Sub-Zero kindly makes them an ice bridge, but then he gets into a ruck with the new Scorpion, played by J.J. Perry. Again, J.J. Perry does a shift in this movie. He plays several characters. But it's the voice of Ed Boon, who is the creator of Mortal Kombat. I kind of like how this new Scorpion looks. But I really could have done with an explanation as to how he is apparently alive. Exactly. And how this time he has two snake hands coming out of it. Bit strange, but, I guess he's a demon, right? Maybe?
I always thought it was immortal, but then, I don't know.
I will go with it. No, I will go with that, because that's kind of what I'm thinking as well. That the Scorpion body is just a shell. Is just a shell. And here it becomes quite obvious they're just desperate to try and keep this movie video game orientated, as they're just going to have characters do moves or special attacks that are from the game. Case in point, Sub-Zero uses his decoy ability to distract Scorpion. I don't mind it. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's cool, yeah.
They have a fight, and it's not bad, provided you can get past one thing. Sub-Zero's stupid faces and noises. And Keith Cook and the Scorpion, J.J. Perry, do well with the moves. But Sub-Zero, Keith Cook goes a lot, and it is hilariously bad. I was like, please stop doing that, mate. It's kind of silly. Sub-Zero loses, as he should. Scorpion has always been a better fighter.
Yes.
Liu Kang goes to help. Scorpion then uses that time to kidnap Katana and takes her through a CGI mess of a portal. I don't like the way Scorpion goes, suckers. I don't like it. I don't like it.
No, it was pointless.
Once again, Liu Kang is told, you are not ready. Everyone is like a broken record insulting that dude. Then Sub-Zero disappears, and that's it. Never to see him again in this movie. That's it. He's gone. Yeah. Cheers, mate. Elsewhere, Sonia arrives at a facility to find the new Jax, played by Lynn Williams, who was apparently just left strapped to a gurney as the facility is empty. So apparently everyone evacuated and was like, yeah, let's just leave him. Let's just leave him. How nice. Jax has a confidence problem, hence why he's now got metal arms.
Yeah, now that's what I'm talking about.
Yay! Confidence problems. Can't wait for that to develop over the film. Then Cyrax arrives, played again by J.J. Perry. Cyrax and a bunch of minions. We have two separate fights, Jax versus Cyrax and Sonia versus minions. Now, do you kind of find it a little bit insulting that the women in these fights only ever fight minions?
It's kind of, I mean,
sexist, isn't it?
It's a bit sexist, yeah, definitely. It's like, they're not good enough to fight the harder opponents.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Yeah, absolutely. It's actually not a bad fight, except for one thing. Shut up, Jax. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. It's the constant jibber-jabbering.
I don't like him as a character. For me, he was pointless.
I think he's all right. I didn't mind him as a character, and I thought the actor did well. The problem is he's asked to play a caricature, and it's the wisecracking throughout that just I find irritating. But I don't mind Jax at all. We actually get a fatality here when Sonia kills Cyrax using the whole kiss of death thing. But I'm not sure how. She kind of uses an explosive powder and blows it on Cyrax, which kind of like burns him.
Yeah,
what I kept thinking was, why didn't that burn her face off? Would have been a fun end. This is the first instance of the CGI dragon tattoo that's on Cyrax, and it comes off and it flies away and disappears before Cyrax goes all Predator on them and blows the facility up. The shot of Sonia and Jax flying through the air made me laugh because it looks terrible. Back in the throne room, our goons, the generals of Shao Kahn, for some reason all start willy-waving in a hilariously bad way. I have done this. I have done that. You're terrible. You're not. Okay. Shao Kahn then enters, and I laughed so hard. I will now refer to this outfit as bedroom wear Khan because he looks like he's wearing pajamas.
Yeah.
Silk pajamas. And it's like, what are you doing, film? Why are you making him look like an idiot?
I know.
He then gets upset that apparently Rain only captured Cabal and Stryker, two of the characters from the games. We never see them, just mentioned. So Khan is upset that rather than kill them, he only captured them. So he then kills Rain. Thanks for coming, Rain. This is why we jammed so many characters in. Sindel then gets horny because she's all like, ooh, he kills people over Khan. I don't know. The dialogue here is fucking horrendous. Horrendous. Tell me, did you make them suffer? But master, it's just like, everyone stop. Can we just stop? Can we just stop and do the scene again? Just do it again and try this time. Why are Shiva, Mataro, and Ermac bickering like children? Why are they bickering? The part where Shiva and Mataro pretend to fight, and it's basically him just holding her? What the fuck is this?
Pointless again.
These are supposed to be big, bad villains, and they look like jackasses.
I know.
What is going on? We then cut to a random desert where Liu Kang is wandering around. Night falls, and he finds a camp where he gets attacked by a wolf. He fights it off, and it transforms in a night wolf, played by Lightfoot. It's a cool scene. Undone by one thing. Night wolf matter-of-factly just going, hey, that's my animality. Jesus, are you just going to keep jamming game stuff in? Like, you don't have to say that. I know what that is. I know what that is. And even if you don't, if you've never played Mortal Kombat and you watch this film, someone saying animality isn't going to make you go, oh, I know what that is. You're going to be like, what the fuck is that? It's easy enough to put together that he transformed into a wolf and back. His name's Nightwolf. There's a big clue there.
Exactly.
Nightwolf is a dick, but I love how he throws shade at Liu Kang constantly. Liu gets all upset, offended. Nah, I don't want to hear this. And then goes to walk off, but then gets reminded that, guess what, Damon? He's not ready.
I know.
Not ready, Liu Kang. Sorry, mate. Then we find that there's going to be 3 tests. The first is courage, find his animality. I do like this scene. There's 2 ways, the fast way and the slow way. Liu Kang's like, I don't have time for the slow way. And Nightwolf goes, yeah, I kind of figured you'd say that. And turns around and throws like a magic axe at him.
Sweet dreams, Liu Kang.
Nightwolf, Lightfoot, is very good. He's only in it for a short amount of time, but he's having some fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He also looks exactly like Nightwolf. Exactly like Nightwolf.
It's well designed, the character.
Yeah. So Liu Kang basically has dreams. Sexy dreams about Katana, where she's then telling him off that he sucks. He has a dream about Shang Tsung, Shao Kahn telling him he sucks. And then Liu Kang starts to doubt himself, say, basically, am I ready? Yeah. The end result is we kind of see Liu's face start to transform. Now, thankfully, we don't see the full results here. Woo! We will see it at the end, and we will get to that fucking horrendous mess. But I do like one thing here. When he wakes up, we see a sky shot, and he's lying in ash, like he burnt the area.
Yeah.
The shadow, the outline, isn't a human outline. That's a cool touch.
Yeah, that is pretty cool, yeah.
Liu wakes up, and then he meets Jade, played by Irana Pantevia. Apparently, she's the second test, which makes no sense to me, because that would imply Nightwolf knew she was a villain, and that doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it doesn't make any sense at all.
But also, it's another fucking character. Liu kind of gets horny when she takes off some clothes, and she tries to suck his fingers, she tries to suck his fingers and get him to motorboat her breasts, because that's what it happens.
Yeah.
Liu's like, no, bro, no, I have a girlfriend, basically. That's what he basically says. I have a girlfriend. She's offended, so she decides to fight him. She transforms into the Jade character. And they fight. Liu Kang beats her easily. It's a rubbish fight. And then she's all like, hey, you passed the test. And Liu Kang is rightfully like, what the fuck, man? The fuck? Why you do this to me? Here's the thing. From our point of view, she might as well have had a big flashing sign of her head saying, I'm lying, I'm the villain.
I know.
She's so obviously a villain. It's so obvious.
It is obvious.
So Jade encourages him to forget about the third test. Forget the third test. Let's just go rescue Katana. And guess what? The entire movie forgets about the third test.
Exactly.
I have no idea what it was. Do you? Let's take a guess. What was the third test? Bear in mind, he had to find his animality was the first test, which is the only important one. The second test was apparently fight Jade and not do her.
Third test. I'm going to be rescue Katana again.
I'm going to go with what they've all been saying. Be ready. Be ready.
Be ready. Yeah.
That's it. It's a lazy one. Be ready.
Yeah.
Back in the throne room, we're still with bedroom-wear Shao Kahn. He talks to Katana in a cage. He offers her a drink as a peace offering, and she spits it in his face. I thought she was really rude here. I mean, don't turn down a drink if you're thirsty, love, even if it's from a guy you don't like.
Yeah, exactly.
Khan looks like he's going to cry because Khan's a pussy in this film. We then get Jax and Sonia walking through dead nature, and this is where Sonia deserves a punch because she refuses to explain to Jax about what is actually going on. Jax gets mad, unsurprisingly, But she ends up gaslighting him with crap about Johnny Cage again. I think he says, like, look, man, you know, what's called, why you ain't what if I'm gonna die, I should at least know. And she goes, no one told me why Johnny had to die. And Jack's like, who the fuck's Johnny? Rightfully so.
Well, yeah. So I mean, surely to be asking her. So Sonia, what happened when he got in that big ass boat? Where's Kano?
Yeah, and here's the thing: she tries to say no time, but they're walking.
You're walking, yeah.
Talk while walking. It's okay to talk while walking. And I'll admit, when she reminded me about Johnny Cage dying, I was like, oh yeah, that happened. It felt like a year ago in this film already, because there's been so many characters and so much happening. But guess what, everyone? It's fight time again, as we now get Melina, played by Dana He. Jax has disappeared, just not there.
Yeah.
One of those classic Mortal Kombat things where one character just disappears so the other fights. And the pair fight in mud. Now, I was confused about this. Is this supposed to be sexy?
I don't know what they were aiming for at the scene.
I don't get it either, because it's not the worst fight. And I kind of like the grittiness of it being in mud.
Yeah.
But it's nothing. It lasts like 15 seconds. And then she kills Melina, and that's her gone. And then this giant CGI monster, which looks like absolute shit, looks worse than the game sometimes, comes behind her, and Jax then appears out of nowhere, punches the beastie into submission, and it melts or crumbles through the floor. And I was genuinely like, wait, what happened? I think I need to rewatch that, because what was going on?
Well, Jax was obviously eating popcorn watching the mud fight.
That's it. He's like, this is sexy. I'm going to watch. Yeah. Yeah, I never really get that whole why people think women in mud is sexy. Like, it's just dirty. Dirty. Yeah. So Sonia now says thanks to Jax, because she's like, oh, thanks, Jax. She actually thanks him. And then minions turn up. The Putty Patrol show up. Jax says something attempting to be funny. I will say, Jax tries to be funny in a lot in this movie. And he's not. Simply he's not. Raiden then meets the Elder Gods, who basically go, meh, we don't really care. Oh, well. They talk a lot of shit and question Raiden's love of humans. They ask him if he will sacrifice his immortality for the humans. And then we cut to go to somewhere else. We go to back to Jax and Sonia, who now run into Jade and Lou. That was an easy reunion, wasn't it? They just run into each other. I love that. That's how easy it was.
Convenient.
Yeah, they're all reconvening at the Elder Gods Temple, which apparently everybody knew the way to as well. I don't know. Jax then gets horny over Jade. Sonia is annoyed that she even exists. Sonia just comes off jealous here. I don't get it. They argue and get ready to fight, and then they see Khan's minions are arriving at the Elder Gods Temple too. There's a ton of extras here. I will say, there's a ton of extras. Yeah. This ain't CGI. It's just a ton of people. Mm-hmm. Why, though, are Khan and his generals riding on horses? Can't they teleport?
That's what I thought, yeah. Also,
I was really upset that I didn't get to see Mataro in this scene. Because I was like, is Mataro going to be riding a horse, or is he going to be trotting along? And the reason why they didn't do it is because Mataro trotting along with the other horses would have ruined any credibility that character had. It would have looked hilarious.
It was so stupid.
The new Raiden appears, and he has a haircut.
Never give up hope. At least not so early in the fight.
And I was like, wait, so like they were like, you're immortal now, and Raiden's like, well, I got to lose this stupid hair. Why does he have a haircut? They then have more have faith in yourself crap. And I do like that Raiden kind of throws shade at Jax for the metal arms. What's the deal with the metal arms? Jax gets all upset. And Raiden's like, look, man, I didn't mean any, like, disrespect, but, you know, have confidence in yourself. You know what Raiden's like. You know what Raiden's like in this movie. He's all like, bros before hoes, we're a family, kiss and make up. put hands in, all the positive vibes you can possibly get. But they're running into trouble because Khan's minions are here. Raiden has a little bit of power left, apparently, which made me think he was like a battery being drained. So, like, you know, apparently his powers are just disappearing, not completely gone. So he starts to open a portal to Outworld. Sindel then auditions for a Screamo metal band by screaming and destroying the temple. A heroes get through a portal as it kind of collapses. So they get through the portal before it collapses on them. We're now in Outworld, and we see the result of the realms merging. Jade once again states the obvious, that they need to rescue Katana. We fucking know. It's why we're here. We came to Outworld for this reason. You don't need to be like, yeah, let's go rescue Katana. What do you think we're doing? What do you think we're doing? Jade also continues to drop massive hints that she's a baddie, but they all agree to sneak into Khan's cribs. We then get more daddy issues between Khan and Chinook, and it's just, be proud of me, daddy. Please be proud of me. He fucking sucks. He fucking sucks. He sucks. And Brian Thompson deserved better than this, man. Sheriff Khan deserved better than this.
A whole lot better.
It's fight time as Sindel appears with 3 reptiles, which is fine because reptile is just a creature that takes on a body. We saw from the first.
Yep.
Raiden, it's Raiden versus 2 of the reptiles though, and apparently Sonia, Jax, and Jade deal with one reptile and Sindel outside. I say apparently because we don't see that.
No, we don't see that
at all. We just see the aftermath, which is Sindel knocked out and the other reptile gone. Jade takes credit for it and is like, well, she was distracted. I sneaked up on her. I gotta say, Jade, fucking, the actor sucks. Absolutely, her dialogue is terrible.
Terrible, yeah.
She really struggles. Her accent's very strong, and she really struggles. The actual fight between the Raiden and reptiles is one of the worst for me because James Remar can't fight martial arts, obviously. So you can obviously see the stuntman when it's stuntman turn. You can see it. It's so obvious.
Yeah.
I was just like, that's so stupid. And these reptiles suck. These reptiles are pants, and they get taken out far too easily. We then get back to Khan, who's given one of those big speeches to his troops. I did laugh, because if you're at the back of that crowd, what? What? What did he say? Something about killing? Oh, okay, yeah. Woo! Khan, you know? I mean, you wouldn't hear shit because he's just shouting. But here, it's wonderful. Khan gets approval from his daddy. He says his speech and Chinook's like, there's my boy. And and he walks over and he puts his hand on Khan's shoulder, and Khan's little happy face, daddy likes me, is fucking pathetic. Pathetic. Oh, he's such a joke. Anyway, Liu finds his way into the throne room somehow, and he ends up in a fight against Baraka, played by Dennis Kiefer. No, the initial part of it. Right, let me do the first part, and then you can tell us exactly what you don't like. The initial part is kind of set up like a horror movie, where something's coming flying out of the darkness, but it is so underwhelming. For me, Baraka looks like shit. But you know what fucks me off more? Katana saying it's a trap after he's been attacked. No shit, Sherlock. No shit. Liu gets hit, and it's just like, Liu, it's a trap. Liu should have been like, are you fucking serious? No shit. Tell me that before. Yeah, man. Baraka, right?
He looks terrible, but as a character, I like him as a character.
Yeah,
but such a waste.
He's kind of gross looking.
Yeah, but what a waste. I mean, what was it, like 10 seconds? Swing in the fire.
It gets even more confusing because there's more than one.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So they look like, you're right, they look like chumps. They look like absolute chumps. Also, did you not find this really confusing that one of the Barakas then starts trying to attack Katana in the cage?
Yep.
Wait, aren't you there to guard her?
To protect her, yeah, exactly.
What? Stupid.
So, it begs the question whether or not they're just really like wild beasts.
all right, yeah, I'll go with that. I will go with that. I'll go with that. But nothing, guys, nothing can touch the online Mortal Kombat series, the one I've bigged up, the adult one. That series' version of Baraka is the most incredible thing, because guess what they do? Turn it into a horror. Turn him into a horror character, as he should be. As you said, he sucks, goes out like a chump, but still goes out better than the next character in possibly the most what the fuck moment ever. As Liu rescues Katana, they go to leave. Shiva arrives, says another crap line, and then gets squashed immediately by the cage as it falls down on top of her.
The date's over.
What the fuck? Why are you including characters who have 2 or 3 lines and then die like absolute idiots?
No, I mean, she's Goro's sister, yeah, ain't she?
I think it's something like that. Half sister or something like that, right?
That's what I thought. Now, sort of like, obviously, Goro's strength.
Yeah.
Surely she can just go grab it and then throw it.
Yep.
Because that's what I was waiting for that to happen. But it was pathetic.
It is honestly, I was so like, why did you even include her? Just don't include her.
Pointless.
If you can't use them, if you've got nothing for them, don't use them, and it'll make it a lot better. So Katana and Liu reunite with the others, and Katana shows her mother some love. They try the whole breaking Khan's spell thing here, and Sindel briefly plays along before revealing that it failed and the plan didn't work. I mean, what did they fucking do? Why she even bother playing along? It turns out that Raiden was tricked and the legend was a lie. Jade now reveals, David, guess what? Jade reveals she was a villain all along. I know. I was as shocked as you were.
Surely Raiden, being the God of Thunder, even not being without his powers, surely he knows who his brothers' generals are and bloody men are.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. Sindel buggers off in a whirlwind of hair and Jade sneaks away. Raiden realizes the Elder Gods lied to him, and Jax then kind of gets xenophobic about gods. Did you notice this? Oh my gods, we're just going to rely on humans. I'm like, hey, steady on, Jax, man. That's a bit xenophobic. Not all gods are bad. Sonia sees the tattoo, then sees the tattoo on Raiden's shoulder as he reveals it's a family crest bestowed to his bloodline that allows safe travel through the portals. It turns out that Raiden and Shao Kahn are brothers. And I was just like, the fuck are we doing this for? Do we really need to do this? Not only that, look at these guys. Look at James Remar and look at Brian Thompson. If they're brothers, that's my actual brother back there. You know what I mean? Come on, that's stupid. We go back to the throne room. Wakana is now upset with Jade and smacking her about. For some reason, Sindel sticks up for her. I don't know why. Khan then throws some excellent shade at her for being dead already, which I laughed at. I was like, ha! Khan then just kills Jade, feeding her to one of his CGI monster, which fucking burps. So not only is Jade like gone out like a chump, we get a CGI monster and it fucking burps. And I was just like, this movie it's testing me, Damon. It's testing me. This is the 3rd test. Finish the movie. Khan then gets upset because no one likes him. He looks around and everyone's got like, ooh, we don't like you anymore, Khan face. And Khan's like, meh, I'm Shao Kahn, like me. He's such a prick. Well, Taro then starts acting like a dick to Sindel, and she slaps him, and then we're back with our heroes. I guess that was a scene. Raiden then decided to give us a history lesson about his family and why he's a nice guy because he didn't kill Shao Kahn a long time ago. Raiden then gives the worst pep talk ever. The worst pep talk ever. It amounts to, hey guys, I can't help, but you'll do your best. I'll pray for you all. I was just like, fucking hell, Raiden. Like, come on, man. Like, I'll pray for you. Come on, man. That's a pep talk. I'd have been like, thanks. All right. Woo! I feel really confident now.
Exactly.
Katana then adds a ton more pressure on Liu Kang by going, "You're our only hope." Fuck off, Katana.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers for the
that.
pressure. These lot are the worst to each other. Everyone, though, does rally around our lovely, lovely hero man, Liu Kang. Oh, well, we've said it already. Rob and Show, you're the best thing in these movies.
Easily.
You look fantastic. You're hot, you're sexy, you're pretty. You've got great hair. You can actually fight. You're a good martial artist. You are the Don of these movies. Thank you very much, Rob and Show, for your effort as Liu Kang, basically.
Yeah, definitely.
Raiden then watches from afar as we build towards the final battle. So Raiden was all like, I can't really get involved because I can't kill my brother. Which is really weird in a moment because it gets involved. But before then, we get matchup time. As the heroes take their place against the enemies, they will fight in this final battle. Sonia versus Ermac, Jax versus Mataro, Katana versus Sindel, and of course, Liu Kang versus Shao Kahn. It is about as exciting as it sounds, especially as the only battle that actually fucking matters is Liu Kang versus Shao Kahn. Who cares about the rest? That's the one that matters. The others could have died. All the other heroes could have died. It wouldn't matter if Liu Kang beat Shao Kahn.
That's it.
Right. Then Raiden, after saying, hey, I'm not going to get involved, but good luck, then interrupts anyway. And he's like, okay. He's greeted by his father, Shinnok, and it's a whole big family reunion. Raiden tries to appeal to his father, who basically acts like a knob. So Raiden's got daddy issues as well. But at least his aren't as severe. At least Raiden isn't like begging for daddy's approval. And Raiden chooses to stay with his actual family. And then Khan kills him. And you're like, wait, what? Because Raiden's immortal now. And I will give James Remar all the credit in the world. I really will, for how he tries to do this scene. As he kind of, before he dies, he tells Liu Kang that he's proud to die as immortal amongst humans. And it's a good line and it's a good scene. But it just lacks impact because of this film's desperation to jam in so many characters. We never spent enough time with this version of Raiden to really grow to like him.
Exactly, yeah.
But I will, we said at the start, credit to James Remar for doing his best with a very difficult role.
I mean, throughout the entire film, maybe 20 minutes screen time, maybe?
Less than that, mate. Less than that.
Yeah, less than that, yeah.
I'd put it at maybe 10 most because of the amount of cuts. And also, right, I got so mad here, and I got mad at the filmmakers and at Shao Kahn again. This moment, bear in mind how much they have desperately tried to make this into the games, or act like it's games with the jamming of characters. Shao Kahn kills Raiden with one hit. So what do you say? What should he say? What should he say, Damon?
Flawless victory.
Of course, he should say flawless victory.
Exactly.
What does he say? I win, brother. And I got off my chair and I went, no, done. Like, no, fucking done. You can't even get that right. What are you doing? That is the perfect opportunity for him to go to his smug face and go, flawless victory. Instead he goes, I win, brother. And I was like, do you even Mortal Kombat? Do you even Mortal Kombat? Come on. Right, let's break down each fight. Starting with Jax versus Mataro. It is rubbish. It is rubbish. And it's mostly Jax getting knocked about until he realizes, I don't need these metal arms. I've got to fight with my heart.
Oh, God.
Sonya versus Ermac, which is mostly glossed over because even the filmmakers were like, who cares? The filmmakers were like, no one cares about Sonia Blade versus Ermac. Ermac. Fuck off. And Katana versus Sindel, which is a couple of punches and kicks and a few pithy lines. Now, Khan and Liu, it has the feeling of a heavyweight battle. I love that shot of Liu walking up the stairs looking directly up. And I'm like, that's my man. That's my boy. Do you know what I mean? That's my boy. And I'm excited. And they do well. This fight is good.
Yeah, it's a good fight. Yeah.
Here's the problem. It's only good. And if you contrast it to the final battle of Mortal Kombat original, the Shang Tsung fight, it's shit. Like, it's no Shang Tsung battle. Think about the passion, the emotion, the ability in the original. This has no passion at all in it. It's just a heavyweight battle, Liu Kang versus Shao Kahn, you know? Right. So all our heroes begin to lose until Jax finds his inner strength and starts to fuck up Mataro. This seems to prompt some sort of unity thing where everyone starts to begin to get the upper hand on the villains, except Sonia, who's still getting her ass kicked by two Ermacs. One either side of her. They kick. She goes to the other one. They're basically playing, what's that game where someone's in the middle and you throw the ball over them and they have to try and catch it? What's that called? You know what I mean? Piggy in the middle.
The piggy in the middle, yeah.
Yeah, they're playing it with Sonia, but kicking her about. Jax ends up helping her out, and then she manages to kill the other. Katana keeps Sindel alive after beating her so that she can see Khan fall. We're back to that fight, and it's animality time. And what the fuck? Is this the worst part of the movie? It probably is, isn't it?
I don't know why they had to put that in. I would have loved to seen a standard fist fight between them both.
Yeah. Why did we even do animalities? Why did we do it?
I don't know why.
Because as well, it lasts no more than 30 seconds.
I know.
Liu Kang turns into a dragon. Khan turns into a six-headed hydra. The CGI is so fucking bad, everyone should be ashamed of this part. They should be ashamed. This isn't an age thing. This isn't because it's crap because it's 1997, but it's crap because it's crap. When the CGI in the original Mortal Kombat looks better, even though that's a 1995 film, you know you fucked up. It looks so bad.
I know.
It's just a mess.
I mean, I would have cut that all out and had an ending of him saying I'm Liu Kang, descendant of Kang Lao, I defeated Shang Tsung, and I'll defeat you too. And then just do a fireball. And then that would have been perfect.
Well, here's the thing as well. This part cuts when the both monsters fall off an edge and land hard and then turn back into human. So why not cut out the entire animality part and have them fighting, fall off the edge together, and then continue the film from there? Because when they transform back, Khan then gets upset that he's bleeding. And Shinnok tells him that he's immortal now as a consequence of breaking the Mortal Kombat rules. Cheers, Dad. You couldn't have told me that before?
I know.
Why did he say, I'll tell you this now? It's absurd. Shinnok, though, is about to kill Liu Kang, but is now stopped by the Elder Gods, who have arrived to make the final battle and Mortal Kombat fight. And I was like, wait, what the fuck's going on? Didn't they lie to Raiden? Aren't they technically villains? And why now are they suddenly interested in the rules again? Why now?
I was thinking exactly. Surely they should tell them, go, hang on a second. This fight's over. You're going back to Outworld because you cheated. You're dead to father. That's it. You guys win.
But didn't they lie to Raiden? Raiden was like, the Elder Gods lied to me. Why are they not the good guys again? Here's the thing, right? This scene could have had gravity. If we didn't have the idea that the Elder Gods lied and the whole legend crap, and it was just that the Elder Gods got tricked and have now found out what's gone on and have now come to stop it and been like, you know what? We're gonna end this as it should be in Mortal Kombat fashion. I'd have been like, that's cool. Because we get that God going, it will be decided, as it always has been, in Mortal Kombat. And then the bump, bump, bump music hits. And I'm pumped up again. I'm like, now we're on. A mortal Khan versus a mortal Liu Kang. Perfect, right?
I mean, they could have even given Liu Kang a decision. Do you want to fight him? And then I mean, naturally he would anyway, because obviously
Liu Kang's on
and he wants to, obviously. But yeah, no, I kind of think of. I don't even know what they were thinking when they done the CGI and the lies and.
The problem is they fucked up so much earlier on that they fuck up the ending. Because here's the other thing as well. The pumping music hits, and I'm not excited. You know why? because I'm like, Shere Khan sucks. Like, I'm not pumped up. Whereas Shang Tsung in the first film, I'm like, shit, son, it's Shang Tsung and he's a dude. I'm like, this is daddy issues, crying because daddy doesn't love me. Oh my God, I've got a boo-boo on my shoulder, Shere Khan. I don't care. Like, fuck this guy. There's no gravity.
Well, I mean, you think about obviously Shere Khan, Shang Tsung from the first one, and Shere Khan. You look and go, hang on a second, who's the boss here?
That's right. Shere Khan's supposed to be the boss.
Who's the bad guy here? Who's the badass guy here? You know, Shang Tsung was a proper badass.
In
and
the
Shere
game,
Khan,
who was top of the tower? Who did you fight at the end?
Exactly.
Absolutely fucking absurd. The fight is also over very quickly. Although it's not bad again. It's not a bad fight because it's Liu Kang, Brian Thompson, Robin Shaw, both working hard here. Khan gets his ass kicked as he rightfully should. Then Chinook is folded up and sent to the Phantom Zone to join General Zod, because that's what it reminded him of. It reminded me of Superman, where they're sent off there. Khan kind of melts away where a dragon rips from his body, the tattoo, and then disappears, which kind of could imply, I guess, he could come back, maybe. Earth is back as it was, and everyone is home happy. Even Sindel turns back to human.
She's dead.
And, in your opinion, but what made me laugh as well was not only does she come back human, but not only she's got a nice new dress on and a new hairstyle.
I know.
Okay. Also, Raiden is back alive and an elder god now. And what I thought was really strange, because everyone's like, oh, this is lovely. Sonia Blade has forgotten about Johnny Cage, because I'd have been like, hey, elder god guys, you reckon you consider me resurrected everyone else? Sindel's back from the dead. Raiden's not dead anymore. Do you reckon you can resurrect that dude from the beginning of the movie?
I know.
But no, everyone just forgot about Johnny Cage. Oh, well. Katana then kisses Liu. Raiden's like, bros, we're a family now. And if I were Liu Kang, I'd be like, look, can you please stop calling us family? I want to bang this girl. Can you please stop saying we're a family? Yeah, do you know what I mean? And then he buggers off and the movie ends. And thus ends the Mortal Kombat film franchise as of right now. There is more Mortal Kombat to cover. We will, part of this series, be doing the TV series Conquest and the web series as well. Plus this rumored reboot that's supposed to be coming when it comes. Because we are both Mortal Kombat fans. But ultimately, this movie forever will go down as one massive disappointment. A mess of a movie with highlights undone by the lowlights, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I think ultimately what I will always remember about this film, having rewatched it again now more than ever, is that it fucks up the biggest, baddest boss of Mortal Kombat, which is unforgivable. You turn Shere Khan into a sad daddy's boy, and that I just can't get past.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously we'll get onto onto Conquest, but even the
God, we will.
But even a Shere Khan in Conquest was 10 times better than this.
Absolutely. Yeah. I 100% agree. There you go. There's our Mortal Kombat Annihilation breakdown. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/GBHBL, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?